Back to the Neil Haley Show and Fridays with Frank on a Wednesday, but we're first excited to welcome my co-host Paul Hollis, author of the Hall of Man series. Paul, how are you? And we're going to talk to Frank Fiore today, right, Paul?
Absolutely, yeah. We always excited to see Frank. He's a multi-genre, multi-talented, multi-everything kind of a guy, and so always happy to hear his story. So welcome, Frank.
Hey, Frank,
Thank
we
you very
appreciate
much.
you stopping by, talk about Daijin 4,
Oh,
3, right? Book 3.
actually,
The
I said,
final in the series, without giving book 2 away, kind of give the background of book 3.
book three takes place at the years like end of 1944 into 1945, and historically, Japan is has sowed the wind and it's reaping the whirlwind. Um, our hero, our protagonist, Connor Williams, has gets loses his lover that he loves very much in the bombing of Tokyo, the fire bombing of Tokyo, and he's really depressed. Every time he turns around, and I don't want to give away certain things, but every time he turns around, he's blocked. He can't seem to find himself. He can't seem to identify with anything. And when he tries to, he's put down by by history or by the his family and his friends. So he has to find himself, and this climax of Hydra 3 is how he finds himself, or how he finds a way to live the code, so to speak, is to become a kamikaze pilot. And of course, that sounds real weird, saying what an American teenage boy becoming a kamikaze pilot. But if you read volumes 1 and 2, you'll see that that's a natural development of his experiences.
Wow. And I think that you're taking him through the whole history, all the way of Japan to up past World War II, right?
Well, at the end of World War II, well, basically, no, it ends like Daijin 3 ends with Japan surrendering. Okay, but there's a little twist at the end. Of course, is Connor going to become a kamikaze pilot and kill himself? Well, of course, you're writing a book. You don't want the hero to kill himself, right? So he gets involved with the plot, and this is true with the plot to overthrow the emperor because he was about to surrender, and the war faction tried to eliminate him or stop him from doing that. So we had a palace coup, and through my fictionalizing of what was happening then, it really shows what happened in that coup and how it was prevented and how the emperor was able to come out in live and say, "I'm going to surrender the country to bear the
Wow.
unbearable." And so it's fascinating. And it's so if you want to know about history in World War II, Japan and Japan history, World War II, the series is really good. It really educates you on that.
It definitely seems like it. And you're really the history. Tell us some of the research you did for the history of these, of the 3-part series.
Well, first of all, the history wasn't that difficult since I am a history wonk. I love history, and especially World War II history. So I pretty much knew everything that took place as far as the timeline. What I had to do, I had to research Japan, the Japanese culture, and what it was, and how it affected Connor, and how Connor affected it. So yeah, so most of the research went into learning about the Japanese culture and how Connor lived that in order to find his way toward the samurai code that he wanted to keep. And so that was the hard part, is the cultural side.
Absolutely. And the that seems like the biggest challenge is the cultural side, that to really look at specifically the Japanese culture versus the American culture and putting Connor in that position. They're very intriguing. and people just go need to read Daijin book 1 and book 2 right now that are available on Amazon. But book 3 will be coming out what date?
Pretty soon, probably within the next 30 days.
All right. Thanks again, Frank. Appreciate it, sir.
Well, thank you, sir.
All right. That was a special simulcast of the